Today, we're taking the humble chicken sandwich to the next level.
With homemade pesto sauce, peppery arugula, and seasoned juicy tomatoes.
Topped with marinated grilled chicken and melty smoked mozzarella.
Add some more pesto to a toasted bakery-style ciabatta roll.
This sandwich is epic in every possible way.
Feeling adventurous? Smoke your own mozzarella.
And make your own ciabatta buns.
Oh, this is so good. It belongs in the Sandwich Hall of Fame.
I agree. I'm going to nominate it. It is...
Where do we send our nominations?
I'm going to look it up. I'm going to look it up because you know there is one. There is one. Okay, so let's get going. This is so much fun to do. I've got my food processor here. I'm going to make some easy peasy pesto sauce. So I've got 2 cups of basil. I wish I could say this is my own. It's been like 150 degrees. 150 degrees here in North Texas, and my basil just couldn't take it.
It went kaput.
So it did go kaput. So this is 2 cups of that, but I got it from my farmer's market. It's still good. This is a third a cup of toasted pine nuts. Just put them in your toaster. Just watch them because they will toast very quickly on you. They'll all of a sudden go to burnt. This is 3 cloves of garlic that I've minced. The flavor of this is insane. I'm going to need a tablespoon of fresh lemon juice, and that's usually about the juice of half a lemon. Excuse me. And then I've got a half a cup of freshly grated Parmesan cheese. If you can freshly grate it, that's even better. Then I'm going to add a nice, I'm not going to overdo it with the salt. I'm going to do about half a teaspoon of salt and then about a half a teaspoon of pepper. This Parmesan has already got, it's pretty salty, so it doesn't need a lot of salt. Okay, so now we're just going to do this. And I know, I'm trying to hurry here.
No, you take your time.
The smell of this, yeah, if you want to. Yeah. So, and you can do this definitely in advance. It even gets better after it hangs out for a little bit.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah. Just do that until it gets all kind of uniformly chopped. You'll see it starts to come together almost like a paste. And now what we're going to do, we've got a half a cup of extra virgin olive oil. Extra virgin, if you will. And we're just going to slowly
pour it in.
Yep. There you go.
All of it?
Well, yeah, that looks good.
Okay.
Let me just get the sides a little bit, make sure you got
Wow.
The smell.
Y'all, we make a French bread pizza using the pesto as the sauce.
The base, yeah.
The base.
Okay. Yep. We also have pesto. Pesto pizza, a BLT pesto pizza. Okay. That's fantastic. That is
gorgeous.
Okay, so now you go ahead and do your thing.
We got to marinate this chicken. We're going to make kind of like an Italian vinaigrette kind of marinade for this. So I've got a 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil. I've got a teaspoon of dried oregano and a teaspoon of dried basil. And let's throw those in there. And then I want to throw in, how many cloves of garlic is that?
That's about 3 cloves of garlic.
3 cloves of garlic.
Minced. Make sure it's nicely
in
minced.
there. And then I'm going to throw in.
Doesn't that look good?
Yeah, that looks tasty.
It's
as
delicious.
I'll get out. Then I need to throw in some lemon juice. So I'm going to throw in a tablespoon of lemon juice, which is, like Chris said, about a half a lemon.
Half a lemon.
Yeah, I got it right this time. I put it the wrong way the last time. And then I'm going to put in a teaspoon
of salt. Yep.
And a
teaspoon of kosher salt.
And just a half
a teaspoon of black pepper.
Oh, I put a little more pepper.
Yeah, that pepper's good.
All right, now I'm just gonna mix this up. Actually, you mix this up. I want to get my chicken.
You can talk. Let's talk chicken. So for this we're using just some good old boneless, skinless chicken breasts.
Yeah, here they are, y'all.
And I just got some good-looking ones from the grocery store. You want them to be pretty thin for this, so I just got a nice sharp knife. I butterflied it. I just started to cut it down the middle and then opened it up, and then I put them into a Ziploc bag like I'm doing right now. And got a mallet. You can get anything heavy, and just pound it to about, you want it about a 1/4 inch.
Okay, Chris.
Okay, beautiful.
Pour that in there.
Now we're just going to put. You could do this in a dish if you wanted to, but these little plastic baggies are so easy, and then you can massage it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna not close it all
the
the way.
air out.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get it all up in there.
And again, you can do all this in advance. You can marinate this for hours in advance, but it's going to be flavorful really after 20 to 30 minutes.
It is.
That is good stuff.
So we got so good with that.
We got our.
Go ahead, sorry. I'm just saying, it's good with all the other components of the sandwich.
Everything comes together to make this sandwich epic. So, okay, so we're gonna let that chill for 30 minutes and then it's sandwich time.
Yay!
Okay, so it's all coming together. So that's
I'm so excited.
I know, I'm beyond excited. That's been marinating for now about 30 minutes.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it out of here, get it ready for the grill.
Let's get it ready. Okay, so we said if you're feeling adventurous, and when it comes to this sort of stuff, we're always feeling adventurous.
We are.
So we've got right here, we've got some smoked mozzarella, and we've got some homemade ciabatta buns. So let me talk about this smoked mozzarella real quick. Now, of course, you can just forego smoked mozzarella. A lot of times you can find smoked mozzarella at good cheese shops, even in the specialty section of your supermarket. But if you feel like you want to smoke it yourself, it's so much fun, and the flavor is. We've smoked every meat possible. And when we smoked the cheese, we were like, okay, we're gonna try it. It was incredible.
Amazing.
We smoked cheddar and we smoked mozzarella. So what we did is we got our Smoke and Tex. Remember, if you're interested in getting your own smoker, look at Smoke and Tex. Use
smokeandtex.com. Use Loon10 for $10 off of everything.
10% off of everything.
10%. Sorry.
It's
a lot more.
It's the best. Anyway, so Smoke and Tex has something called a cold plate, and it's really cool. You put that in the very bottom, right above the wood box. And what that does is it insulates and it keeps the heat from rising, but it will still heat that wood box so that it produces smoke. And then the cheese you put on a very top rack, a very perforated grate. And we also, just to keep it chilled, you don't want that cheese to melt. I got 2 containers that I filled with water and I froze them and put them on that thermal plate. Then you just turn the heat just barely, like I think we did 185, and let it just to start to smoke for about 20 minutes, turn it off, let it hang out in there for an hour. It absorbs that smoke, but not too much. You take it out, you think, oh my God, it's gonna melt. It's not. And then you wrap it, and then you gotta wait. You could eat it, but
it'd be super smoky.
It mellows over time. So we let it rest for an hour, and then
we let this rest for like 2 weeks.
2 weeks, and it was phenomenal. And then amazing. And then we sliced it. Okay, so that's that. All right, now I like to be very precise whenever we put our cheese on our grilled chicken. So sometimes it's easier if we have them in smaller slices. So I've asked Wesley if he would be so gracious and cut the cheese.
I knew you were going to say it.
Okay, now let's talk about
what else would I do?
Now you're really thinking. Okay, you've really.
Am I just cutting these in half?
Yes,
like this? Okay.
You're really pushing the limit by making your own ciabatta rolls. But let me tell you, they are game changers. And I'm not going to go into deep detail on how.
I can't tell you how much I love bread, and these are amazing. But bread doesn't love me as much.
No, it loves us. So I'm just going to tell you real quick what we did is we put together a dough, and then you're going to use what's called the stretch and fold technique. You do that, it creates these bubbles, these gas bubbles in your dough. You let it rest, you just continue to do that, and then you'd have a final fermentation, and then you're going to put it on a floured surface. You're going to form these rolls, let it sit for another hour, and then you put it in a screaming hot oven on a hot, hopefully you have a pizza steel. I throw a little water, some ice cubes in a hot cast iron skillet to create a burst of steam. Close that door. It only bakes for about 18 to 22 minutes. It comes out, you let them rest on a baking rack, and you guys, you cut into that and you open it up and you just see those bubbles. It's mind-blowing.
It's glorious.
It is really, really glorious.
It's glorious.
It is
and
glorious.
You gotta butter those buns now.
So now we're going to butter them because these are going to become so soft. And ciabatta rolls, they have that crispy, kind of chewy outside, and then the inside is just so soft and tender.
And we're gonna, and I cut these in half just to make it easier for everybody.
Oh yes, yeah. Cutting them in half, just kind of keep a steady eye, so you're not, you're cutting them evenly.
Because sometimes I'm a little I start going downtown. With
I know. Well, it's easy to get distracted. Okay, so now
we're gonna actually toast these out on the grill, so it'll be all right there.
It's gonna be one. Okay, let's talking to the grill. Let's head out there.
Let's go.
Place the buttered ciabatta rolls on a grill plate or directly on the grates over direct heat. Now add the marinated chicken and grill over direct heat for about 5 minutes per side. Once the rolls are nice and toasty, remove them from the grill. Transfer the chicken over to the grill plate or just leave it on the grate. Top with cheese Close the lid until nice and melty. Yum!
And here we are. Oh my gosh,
Oh,
look
normally
at that.
we would sit out there and talk to you guys, but it's like, it's 106.
It's literally, although I feel like we're on the sun. So, okay. So, as I mentioned earlier, depending on how hungry you are, and we're always hungry, but you could either do one of those breasts or two. We decided to go ahead and just to be a little realistic.
Real quick though, let me just show these toasted. Look at how gorgeous these look. These we are just, just lovely. And so I'm going to put some of this on.
Be liberal with
that.
that.
Right, okay. So I'm going to put some of this down on each of the
And
bottoms.
be sure, just remember, give this a stir and your pesto a stir
Yes.
because sometimes that oil will separate a little bit. But that is a good
Guys,
batch.
look at
okay,
that.
so now we've got some. We love to do any kind of little green, and arugula is just.
Arugula is so perfect.
Really is. It matches the flavor profile of this. And then I'm just going to use my clean fingers, and I'm going to bring over. We'll do a couple of tomatoes.
I'm putting pesto on both the top and the bottom.
Let's go for it. I mean, why not? I guess we'll do 2 tomatoes
Two
each.
tomatoes. Let's do it.
Yes, let's do it.
Let's build this
And
sandwich.
then you
It's epic.
definitely want to season your tomatoes, and I'm hitting it with a little salt and a little
pepper.
Okay. And besides, what I love about this sandwich is it's so colorful. It's like Christmas. Okay, now the money. We need a drum roll.
Yes, look at that, you guys. Let's move it over here. There we go.
We did these when we've been playing with these for a while. But when we did them for photography, we of course did double stacked them.
Yes.
And, it was insane. Okay.
Okay, I am going to put this on top of that.
Look at that.
Wow. Okay. I'm going to cut both of these.
Cut it.
You guys, bear with me.
And
I got to cut through a lot.
This cheese, I mean, this grilled chicken. We'll have these sandwiches again tomorrow.
Wow.
So you hear the crunch on the outside, the tenderness on the inside.
You guys look.
That's a sandwich.
Did you talk about the melting point for smoked cheese?
Oh yeah, so so smoked cheese, it just has a higher melting point, so it melts a little slower, which is actually perfect for these types of sandwiches.
Oh, this one's real crunchy.
Yeah.
Had some bubbles in that one.
I know.
Y'all. All right, sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, that's
interrupt.
okay.
You guys, look at that.
That's a sandwich, baby.
Did you talk about it?
I talked about it. I mean, I talked.
Are you ready to talk about this?
I'm ready to dig in.
All right, let's do it. Oh.
Every layer of flavor.
I'm sorry. I love this ciabatta roll.
You guys, you may be thinking, I am not going to make ciabatta rolls. It's easier than you think. It is. I'm okay. I'm going to say that. It's a little time commitment, but it's doable, and the difference is mind blowing. Hall of Fame.
That's amazing. That is a.
You've run out of.
I know. A gazillion% Luna Pro.
It is, I think, probably right up there with one of the best sandwiches we've ever done.
That smoked mozzarella, the fact that you let it sit for a little while and it just gets that perfect amount of smokiness.
And then that homemade pesto.
Pesto. Oh.
And the chicken is tender.
Y'all,
You
be
gotta make
adventurous. Smoke some mozzarella and make some ciabatta.
Even if you cut some quarters and you get some ciabatta from your good old bakery and you get some just good old
Yeah, that's
mozzarella,
fine.
The combination of flavors.
Make the pesto.
Make the pesto. Definitely make the pesto. Okay. All right, I'm talking with my hands. That means I've got to go and eat. All right. We love you guys so much. He's got messy fingers, so he's happy.